Open on hands doing something, letting the day come in slow. I tilt the little watering can and watch the basil grow. Rain just left a silver trace along the balcony rail. Now the air can finally breathe again, clean enough to tell. The coffee on the side table sighs in the paper thin stream, and my shoes tap a private little answer to the beat. I keep it low, I keep it easy, I keep my shoulders loose, like the whole wide street below is learning how to choose a softer way to shimmer, a slower way to move, with every beat on terracotta, with every lifted groove. And when the clouds pull back, I feel the room expand. The last damp edge of storm slips right through my hand. Out of hand, in the nicest way. Nothing needs a plan when the afternoon can sway. Out of hand, just a little drift. Feet on the woven mat and the whole mood lifts. Out of hand, like a laugh I knew. The quiet finds a rhythm and it dances through. I don't chase the moment, I just let it land, easy as the water rolling out of hand. Two empty chairs keeping watch by the tiny round table. One holds a damp sleeve of shade, one holds a curl of cable. I brush a mint leaf, smell the green, and nod at the passing breeze. It combs the street with a patient hand and moves the hanging leaves down where the windows are open and the wet road gives back light. A bus glides by like nothing happened, smooth and clean and bright. My headphones tuck the percussion close, a soft insistence sure, and my body answers in a sway that doesn't ask for more. The day is not for speeches, just the savor of the spin. A balcony, a watering can, and all this air I'm in. Out of hand, in the nicest way. Nothing needs a plan when the afternoon can sway. Out of hand, just a little drift. Feet on the woven mat and the whole mood lifts. Out of hand, like a laugh I know. The quiet finds a rhythm and it dances through. I don't chase the moment, I just let it land, easy as the water rolling out of hand. The vibraphone trades its bright little sparks with the keys. The last warm light on empty chairs moves gently as it please. I set the can beside the wall, let the room keep its own pace, and all at once the day feels clear, like breath returning to its place. Out of hand, and that's enough from me. A steady little afterglow, a clean and easy breeze. Out of hand, the music letting go, slowly, softly, perfectly, until the whole scene glows. Out of hand, let it land. Let it land. The kettle's just a memory. The street is let go too. I hear the last few raindrops slip from iron tile and blue. Open on a line of remember speech, I keep it by my side. Not every day arrives with answers, some just let the water glide. I tilt the pot to basil thyme and mint and watch them wake, tiny green hands lifting up as if they knew what time could make. My headphones hold a low-slung pulse, a private patient beat, and the woven rug beneath my feet has started finding heat. The balcony is breathing out, the sill still beads and shines. The coffee cup beside the chair has drawn its soft designs. I hum into the corner where the rain forgot its name, and every leaf looks mildly amused that I came out the same. The clouds move on, the edges clear, nothing heavy stays that near. I give the day a slower pace and let the breeze put back its grace. I make a little vow to keep the air this clean, to let the small things grow in the spaces in between. If the sky has to leave, I won't ask it to stay. I'll keep this easy sway, this easy sway. I make a little vow when the street begins to gleam, to meet the afternoon exactly where it seems, with the herbs and the hush and the beat in my shoes. I got nothing to prove, nothing to lose. No rush, no storm, just a turn and a quiet with the joy still burning. The bass keeps walking round and low while silver puddles come and go. I set the water rinking down and taps a bright quick note. A small brass laugh from somewhere near the edge of my coat. The neighbor's window opens wide, a fan turns in the heat. Someone shakes a towel below and traffic finds its feet. I lean against the railing where the leftover drops rest, like scattered little commas on the sleeves of every guest. The mint leans left and right again as if it knows the tune, and the cafe steam from down the block climbs early toward the noon. I think of all the hours that can soften without fear, how a room can feel more spacious when the weather disappears. So I let the rhythm hold me, not too high and not too tight, just a gentle kind of bright that fits the afternoon right. I make a little vow to keep the air this clean, to let the small things grow in the spaces in between. If the sky has to leave, I won't ask it to stay. I'll keep this easy sway, this easy sway. I make a little vow when the street begins to gleam, to meet the afternoon exactly where it seems, with the herbs and the hush and the beat in my shoes. I got nothing to prove, nothing to lose. And when the last light shifts and lengthens on the tile, I'll still be here unhurried, staying for a while. The rain can write its lesson, then release the page for me. I read it in the breeze and let it be. Little vow, little vow. I keep it easy now. Little vow, little vow. I keep it easy now. Open with a question: did the rain just leave a trace on the balcony rail in the little clay pot's face? I tip the can and watch it trace a silver thread. Basil leans in close like it knows what I said. My headphones keep a whisper with the settles, and the street below is shining like it learned a new way. There's a handwritten note beside the receipt on the table, half a list of errands and a promise I can label. I read it with one eye while the other follows steam from the coffee in my cup and the pull of the beam. Everything feels winds clean, not empty, not new, just soft around the edges like a song I already knew. The air has room, now the windows can breathe. I let my shoulders loose and I let the rhythm lead. The vines get a drink, I get a little shine, and the whole afternoon starts nodding right on time. It's 3:30 and I'm right here, feet on the mat and the world clear. Mirror, a little note, a little beat, a little breeze, turning the ordinary into easy ease. It's 3:30 and I'm in tune, wet street glittering underneath the moon. I sway once then twice like I never meant to quit, living in the mellow of this half-past trip. Keep it rolling low. Ooh, let the set the watering can down by the wicker chair. Then I watch my shadow fold itself into the air. The rosemary smells sharper when the clouds have passed. Like each green little needle found a reason to last. The note by the receipt flutters when the breeze comes through. So I smooth it with my thumb like a message meant for two. Maybe I'll answer later, maybe I'll leave it be. For now the clink of the cup is enough company. Down on the block tires hum a softened little song, and the cyclist in the puddle keeps the cadence moving on. Nothing has to hurry, nothing has to prove. Even the loosened curtain knows the easiest groove. It's 3:30 and I'm right here, feet on the mat and the world clear me. A little note, a little beat, a little breeze, turning the ordinary into easy ease. It's 3:30 and I'm in tune, wet street glittering underneath the noon. I sway once then twice like I never meant to quit, living in the mellow of this half-past trip. Let it settle, let it stay. Basil steam and a humming day. I fold the note, I sit back, drift, and I keep that easy little lift. Half-past trip, that's enough for now. Half-past trip, I know how. A bead of steam curls up and finds the room, though I'm still out here with the pots and broom. The air has changed its mind and slipped back in, and everything is starting once again. Open on a smell arriving from another room. I catch it on the edge of the doorway seam. Coffee and basil in a quiet little team. My headphones tap a little vow of time, while water drops keep time in a softer rhyme. I lean the can and watch the leaves rebound. Small green hands reaching up from the ground. The street below is glossy, patient, slow. Car lights and puddles learning how to glow. I brush my thumb across a minty stem and smile at how the day begins again. The clouds split open without making a fuss, like they remembered there was room for us. Evening beginning while the room stays bright. I sway a little where the floor feels right. The kettle hum of the world is low, and I can hear the fresh ideas grow. Evening beginning while the room stays bright. My shoulders loosen in the easy light. The rain moved through, now it's moving on, and I'm still here, and the beat stays on. Let it swing. Guitar and Rhodes trade a little thing. I set the watering can beside the chair, then let the music comb through my hair. The woven rug keeps my steps in line. A tiny dock for my drifting mind. A neighbor laughs somewhere through the wall. I answer with a nod and nothing at all. The basil tilts like it knows the tune, and the whole room tastes like a late summer June. I touch the mug, still breathing up its heat, and find my pulse returning to the street. No need to hurry, no need to prove, just this soft electric little move. Evening beginning while the room stays bright. I sway a little where the floor feels right. The kettle hum of the world is low, and I can hear the fresh ideas grow. Evening beginning while the room stays bright. My shoulders loosen in the easy light. The rain moved through, now it's moving on, and I'm still here, and the beat stays on. just a softer tone, with the door open and the whole world home. Dip the watering can and watch it breathe. I tip the watering can and watch it breathe. Leaf by leaf, the basil takes the day. Damp towels keep the memory of the rain, and my shoulders let their hurry drift away. A coffee cup is cooling by the rail, steam phased in and folds back in the air. Below me tires whisper on the street while I stand still and let the moment care. The vines lean in, not asking me for more, just a little light, a little room. I hum along with the headphone beat, soft as dust where the open breezes loom. The table holds a scatter of white shine, like the sky left notes in silver ink. I count my breaths between each careful pour and feel the whole apartment start to sink. And the shadows on the tabletop stretch longer than they did before. So I slow my hands, I lift my chin and let the afternoon pour. 3 drops, then a pause, then 3 again. That's the pace my heart prefers. The world just washed and found its shape, clear edges in the after rain. 3 drops, then a pause, and 3 again. I can hear the quiet work it does. Nothing needs to hurry here when the breeze keeps time for us. I set the can down by the woven mat, and my feet find the rhythm on their own. The basil crowns with little beads of shine, while the mint keeps leaning toward the tone. The neighboring windows catch the light, soft squares moving over brick and glass. Somewhere down below, a scooter hums as if it knows the cloud line cannot last. I turn my face toward the drying air, and the earrings at my ears swing low. The old apartment creaks a lazy yes, as if it likes the way I let things go. One hand on the rail, one hand in the air. I draw a tiny circle, then a wave. Even the ringed up street looks less like a place and more like room the weather gave. 3 drops, then a pause, and 3 again. That's the pace my heart prefers. The world just washed and found its shape, clear edges in the after rain. 3 drops, then a pause, and 3 again. I can hear the quiet work it does. Nothing needs to hurry here when the breeze keeps time for us. I leave the can beside the chair, and the beat keeps folding soft and clean. 3 drops left on the basil tips, 3 bright notes in the in-between. The shadows on the tabletop reach out, then settle where they are. I sway once more, then let it rest, and keep this calm a little farther. Open, a movement passing by outside. Soft wheels on wet stone, then fading by. I set the cup down, let the day slow in, and breathe with the room as the street begins. Open on movement passing by outside. I watch it through the railing, easy-eyed. The basil leaves are shining after rain. Small green hands lifting up again. My kettle hushes, my shoulders fall. The old brick wall keeps its patient calm, and coffee steam curls up from the ceramic cup like a quiet thought that keeps on rising up. I tap my toes where the woven fibers bend. A little sway in the corner, start to mend. No rush at all, just a fresh air grin, and the whole wide afternoon leans blends in. There's a clean kind of motion in the gap between clouds, where the city hums lower and the heart gets loud. Nothing needs fixing, nothing needs proof, just this soft little rhythm under the roof. Let it drift, let it drift through the open edge of the afternoon. Let it lift, let it lift on the steam from the cup and the humming tune. I'm moving slow, but I'm moving still, with the rain-washed street and the easy will. Let it drift, let it drift. I can feel the whole day shift. Guitar hold the shade of the air, bass walking gently like it hasn't a care. A shaker comes in with a tiny bright tick, then the vibraphone glows soft and slick. I reach for the watering can and pour a silver thread over terracotta pours. The time leans left, the mint leans back, like they know the weather and they got my back. I distant bust sides down the wet side street, while my headphones keep the same low heat. I brush a drop from the wrist of my hand and smile at the way it just understands. The towel on the chair and the saucer ring, every small thing has a small thing to sing. And I sway once more on the drying mat, feeling lighter than I have to say it flat. Let it drift through the open edge of the afternoon. Let it lift, let it lift on the steam from the cup and the humming tune. I'm moving slow, but I'm moving still, with the rain-washed street and the easy will. Let it drift, let it drift. I can feel the whole day shift. Open no movement, passing by outside. Then back to the cup and the plants beside. The cloud edge thins and the street turns clear. I stay right here with the air so near. A final sway, then the silence blooms. Coffee steam curling through the room. Let it drift, let it drift, soft as the afternoon can give. And when the breeze moves through the green, I am exactly where I mean to be. The day just folded up its raincoat and left the air to breathe. Open on something that has just finished, like the last beat slipping off the rail. I'm standing on the balcony with my little green crew, turning the pot, checking basil mint time. The leaves are awake again, shaking off the weather like a secret. Down below, the street keeps its mirror shine, and every tire roll sounds soft enough to keep. I set the water down, then pick it up again. Small hands, slow circles, nothing to prove. There's coffee steam climbing from the kitchen and a little cinnamon drifting through the screen. A sweet steady message from inside, asking me to stay where I am. My headphones tap a careful beat, my shoulders find the corners of the groove. I don't need to move far to feel the shift, just enough to let the afternoon move through. Any good breeze coming by, carrying bread and spice from the kitchen line. Any good breeze, any good sign for a girl like me with her hands in time. If the clouds are done and the gutters glint, I can let my smile take the hint. Any good breeze coming by, yeah, I think it is, and I know why. Let it pass through. Ooh, let it stay. I lean on the chair with the woven seat, watching the puddles thin interlace. The rosemary's brighter than it was before, and the mint keeps leaning toward the rail. Somewhere a pan hits a pan in the kitchen, that little domestic click of home. Cinnamon and warm bread come calling again, and I answer with a nod and a sway. The groove stays low, keeps the room elastic, keeps my thoughts from turning into lists. I can feel the week loosen at the edges, like a cuff rolled up to catch the light. So I water one pot, then another, let the drips count time in their own way. And when the bass line nudges my heel, I let it nudge me twice. Any good breeze coming by, carrying bread and spice from the kitchen line. Any good breeze, any good sign for a girl like me with her hands in time. If the clouds are done and the gutters glint, I can let my smile take the hint. Any good breeze coming by, yeah, I think it is, and I know why. Open on something that's just finished, and let the rest arrive. Basil, mint, and a little bit of cinnamon there. My feet on the woven floor. Any good breeze coming by. It already has. Any good breeze coming by. I'm right here, letting it last. Is easy and close till the room goes on breathing. I let the kettle hush, and I let my shoulders drop. Kept one small promise where the rain had stopped. No race, no rush, just a day uncoiled. I came back easy, I came back whole. Yeah. Yeah. Open with the promise made to oneself. I said I move softer than the thoughts in my head. Count the little things instead of the things I dread. Water on the terracotta, a steady little shine. Thyme, mint, and basil leaning into line. Earphones and bassline walking at my pace. I traced the edge of the balcony, breathing up space. The street down below kept its after rain gloss, and every passing car looked like it knew what I lost. But I was not looking for trouble or a sign, just the plain sweet rhythm of a borrowed afternoon time. Hand to the watering can, I tipped it slow. Heard the roots drink deep, heard the tension go. If the week had been heavy, let it loosen and leave. There's a little more room in the air, I can breathe. Little pebble, stay with me, settle in my palm like a kept away key. I can carry less and still feel free. I can let the day move through me. Little pebble, roll, don't break. Soft little weight for the heart to take. When the groove leans in and my shoes tap light, I'm a small clean spark in the afternoon light. Just the bass, just the breeze, just my hands and the leaves. Let it sway, let it be. I don't need much to agree. I set the can down by the round wood table. Coffee steam rising faint and fable soft. The basil shook once like it liked the attention, then stood there bright in its own invention. I took 2 slow steps on the woven rug, felt the old apartment give a friendly shrug. Not a dance, not a performance, not a show, just a shoulder to shoulder nod with the tempo. Wet sidewalks held the sky in a silvered scene. People moved through it like they were learning a dream. A cyclist flashed by, a folded up grin, and the whole wide block felt a little less than. Little pebble, stay with me, settle in my palm like a kept away key. I can carry less and still feel free. I can let the day move through me. Little pebble, roll, don't break. soft little weight for the heart to take. When the groove leans in and my shoes tap light, I'm a small clean spark in the afternoon light. I let the promise live in the ordinary, in the mint, in the muck, in the clean blue air. One more sway, then I let it rest. Small thing held and the rest is blessed. Little pebble, you know my name. Steady as water, easy as the rain. And when the beat fades, but the feeling stays, I walk on lighter through the after rain days. A little steam from the cup, a little hush from the eaves. I let the day come back to me in the folds of the leaves. Open by counting something. I'll start with 3 slow drips. From the watering can to the clay to the mint to the sill to the basil tips. The curtain on the balcony makes a small white sigh. Leaning in and leaning with the lane in the sky. My headphones keep a patient pulse right under my skin. So even when the traffic wakes, I stay folded in. I watch the rain-marked pavement hold the color of the noon. And the coffee in my little cup keeps its quiet tune. The vine in the corner has a tiny brave curl. And I smile like the whole soft block is a newly washed world. The breeze comes through like it knows my name, turning every drop on the railing into a little frame. I roll my shoulders, let the water run. There's no need to hurry what's already begun. Eastward Stoop, let me lean into the day with the curtains breathe and the streak is back to gray. I can feel my heartbeat find a room between with the basil, the baseline, and the after rain sheen. Eastward Stoop, where the air feels new. I sway once, then twice, and the clouds slide through. Nothing has to be louder for the moment to bloom. Just the brush drum whispering and the keys in the room. And the keys in the room. Shake or dust the groove like a soft, small illusion. I set the can down and the floorboard answers back. A gentle wooden click in the middle of the track. The maple on the table throws a ring of coffee steam, and the water on the street keeps shining like a dream. I pinch a mint leaf once just to wake the scent, then let it travel upward where the warm air went. The apron string brushes my hip as I turn from side to side, and the headphones hold the little drum inside. A neighbor laughs somewhere below, then drifts away, and I keep my easy swing with the weather of the day. The sky is not finished, but it's finished enough, with the clean blue edge and the tender after stuff. Eastward Stoop, let me lean into the day with the curtains breathe and the streak is back to gray. I can feel my heartbeat found the room between with the basil, the baseline, and the after rain sheen. Eastward Stoop, where the air feels new. I sway once, then twice, and the clouds slide through. Nothing has to be louder for the moment to bloom. Just the brush drum whispering and the keys in the room. So I leave the can by the pot and the cup by the rail, and let the baseline wander like a slow small sail. The curtains keep breathing, the street keeps its clean, and I carry the afternoon home like steam. Breathe in the after rain, let it sit on your skin. Kettle hush on the stove, little pulse pulling in. I lean on the rail while the last drops thin, and the day keeps moving like it knows where to begin. Open Focusing on texture or temperature rather than color, that's how I come in. The damp on the terracotta basil tips, drinking the wind. I set the little can down, let the quiet do its thing. Hear my headphones tapping out a lazy little swing. There's a bicycle passing beneath amber street trees below. Tigers whisper on the wet like they're learning to stop the road. I watch that frame of motion slip clean through the block, and the whole old block feels lighter than it did before the storm. Steam from the coffee cup curls and fades to a line. My shoulders find the beat and I don't even mind. Nothing needs fixing, nothing needs proof. Just the breeze on the vines and the rhythm I choose. Maybe I'm drifting, maybe I'm just here, swaying with the shaker while the sky goes clear. Water on the street makes the bright day hum, and the bicycle rolls where the small wind comes. Maybe I'm drifting, maybe that's right. A little bit playful in the after rain light. I'm not chasing anything, I'm not running late, just letting my heartbeat answer back to the gate. Shaker and shaker, shaker and guitar trade a little nod. Rhodes holds the edge while the bass stays broad. A glance down the block, then a glance back in, like the afternoon smiling under my skin. I trim one stem, then another slow and neat bass. A linen on the ledge, green and sweet. The wet street mirrors, windows, bus stops, passing shoes. Every puddle keeps a postcard of the day in view. The bicycle rider lifts a hand as they slide by. A blink of hello under the opening sky. I laugh to myself, tie the hose in a loop, and the whole world feels rinsed like a fresh cup of truth. My feet on the woven mat keep a tiny in place stance. Nothing grand, just enough for a second chance. Maybe I'm drifting, maybe I'm just here, swaying with the shaker while the sky goes clear. Water on the street makes the bright day hum, and the bicycle rolls where the small wind comes. Maybe I'm drifting, maybe that's right. A little bit playful in the after rain light. I'm not chasing anything, I'm not running late, just letting my heartbeat answer back to the gate. So let the last drop shine, let the echo fade. I got my herbs, my cup, and the movement made. The bicycle's gone, but the ripples stay soft in the air as the afternoon sways. Maybe I'm drifting, maybe I'm home, with the room full of breeze and the beat my own. I fold into the quiet, unhurried, free, and the day keeps breathing right here with me. Finger on the watering can, I hear the day come back to me. Steam from the coffee drifts by the rail, and the leaves all start to breathe. Open on an object close enough to touch. This little can of water cool in my hand keeps time with the drip and hush. I tip it slow to the basil pot, let the roots drink easy and deep. The mint looks pleased with itself again, like it never forgot how to sleep. My headphones tuck a soft backbeat under every careful turn, and the wet street below keeps shining up stories the rooftops learn. A chair by the wall, a crooked towel, a mug with a little steam. Everything on this balcony feels half awake, half in a dream. And over the ledge, the city is rinsed clean. Cars pass like commas through the sheen. I catch my breath and let it stay. No need to hurry this kind of day. Leaning, let the moment talk. Two friends at the corner table, let them the minutes walk. We don't have to name what's good, it's already in the air. A little rain, a little rhythm, and nothing left to spare. Leaning, I let the edges blur, the basil, the steam, the traffic hum, the bright ink curve. If the world keeps turning, let it turn that way. We'll keep this easy motion through the rest of the day. Apricot whispers, soft and pale. I set the watering can aside and sway where the dry reeds lie. There's a small table for two in my mind, though the chair is only mine. A second cup, a second laugh, a second place to set the line. I picture an old friend leaning close, saying, "You made it through the storm." We trade a few unhurried notes and let the little room feel warm, but not the kind that rushes in, not the kind that asks for more. Just easy shoulders, open palms, and shoes kicked back by the door. The rosemary catches a brighter edge. The time lifts off its bed. Even the grout between the tiles looks newly washed and fed. So I tap along with the pocket, low and loose. No need to prove that a rainy afternoon can teach your body how to move. Lean in, let the moment talk. Two friends at the corner table, letting the minutes walk. We don't have to name what's good, it's already in the air. A little rain, a little rhythm, and nothing left to spare. Lean in, let the edges blur, the basil, the steam, the traffic hum, the brightened curve. If the world keeps turning, let it turn that way. We'll keep this easy motion through the rest of the day. Rhodes in the corner, soft and slow. I lean into the quiet glow. One last sip, one last sway, and the cleared up sky keeps making space for me, for you, for this light after rain, for the simple things that come again. Lean in, let it stay. I'm right here and I'm okay. Stay a minute, you don't have to hurry. Let the steam and the quiet do the work. Yeah, you're leaning by the doorway while the kettle cools, and I'm barefoot on the mat where the rain left jewels. I set the little watering can beside the chair, then trace the edge of basil leaves like I'm mending air. The street below is shining through the held back clouds, soft mirrors for the buses in the passing crowds. Your laugh is in the corner with the coffee cup, and even my shoulder knows exactly how to loosen up. I keep the rhythm small just to tap and sway, like the whole apartment learned to slow away. The herbs are drinking and the pots all glow with that honeyed hush that only after rain can grow. If the day was tight, it's letting go. We don't need the sign, we already know. The breeze comes in with the shy hello, and everything settles where it ought to go. It's a small weather, a kind, soft at the edges, clear in the mind. Not a storm, not a spell, just the way we land so well. Small weather, that's our tune, bright enough to carry through the afternoon. With the water, with the beat, we make the ordinary feel complete. Let it swing. Let it swing. Now the terracotta holds a darker shade, and a few wet footprints by the railing fade. I lift the sprayer once, then I let it rest, watching mint and rosemary stand up from their breath. You bump my shoulder when the bass line turns, and the vibraphone makes little silver turns. There's a curl of coffee drifting from the desk, wrapping up the room in something gentle and fresh. The clouds keep moving, but they've changed their mind, leaving room for the little things we never used to find, like the way your hand finds mine without a cue, and the way my silence sounds less heavy with you. It's a small weather, a kind, soft at the edges, clear in the mind. Not a storm, not a spell, just the way we land so well. Small weather, that's our tune, bright enough to carry through the afternoon. With the water, with the beat, we make the ordinary feel complete. clouds are gone, but the calm can stay. I'll keep this little rhythm all the way. Small weather, and the whole room knows what's lightly held still somehow grows. Stay a minute, you don't have to hurry. Open on a sound the room is making. Tiny ticks in the pipes, a soft dishware clink. I let it sit there, I let it swing, like the whole apartment found its own pulse again. Open on a sound the room is making. The little record turns in the next room slow. I'm in my socks on the woven mat with a watering can and nowhere I have to go. Leaves in the clay pots wear beads like jewelry. Thyme and basil lean in for the rain. After all that tapping on the awning roof, even the silence learned to feel okay. I catch my breath in the steam from coffee. Set it on the rail where the cool wind lives. The street down below is a mirror in pieces. Each puddle keeps the light it gives, and I don't need much more than this. A steady beat and a hand on the spout. The day can loosen, the clouds can split. I'm letting the easy part come out. You and me, we still drip, still shine, still move like a song with a little more time. Green on the ledge and the hum in the wire. We're dry at the edges, but we don't get tired. You and me, we lean, we sway. Let the last few raindrops carry away. Nothing loud, nothing far, nothing proved. Just you and me in the groove we move. The floor soft and clean. Vinyl turning softly in the next room, like a small loop stitch in the afternoon seam. Open on a sound the room is making. The needle whispers underneath the light. I rinse the dirt from the basil stems and watch the terrace wake up bright. My cup leaves rings on the little wood table. Coffee goes quiet, then the steam goes thin. I shake out the can, set it by the wall, and the whole wide block feels ready again. The neighbor laughs through a screen door somewhere. A bicycle chain gives one bright spin. I catch my sway in the kitchen glass and grin at the shape that I'm in. You and me, we still drip, still shine, still move like a song with a little more time. Green on the ledge and the hum in the wire. We're dry at the edges, but we don't get tired. You and me, we lean, we sway. Let the last few raindrops carry away. Nothing loud, nothing far, nothing proved. Just you and me in the groove we move. Open on a sound the room is making, and let it fade where the record turns. Vinyl in the other room keeps spinning while the last soft chord in the rafters burns. I step back in, let the door stay open. Breathe in the air that the rain left new. Everything small feels worth it keeping. You and me still clear, still true. You and me still clear, still true. And the day goes on like it knows what to do. And the day goes on like it knows what to do. You and me, we move on through. We move on through. We move on through. Quietly we move on through. Quietly we move on through. Still moving, you and me. Still moving, you and me. I'm not in a hurry, no, I'm not in a rush. Let the day unspool slow in a quiet little hush. I shake off the leftover rain from the edge of my sleeve, and the air tastes like freedom when I finally breathe. The basil leans over like it knows my name. Small green hands and terracotta, never quite the same. I tilt the watering can, make a silver thread. Watch it darken up the soil where the thirsty roots have spread. My headphones keep a pocket soft and scented low, and my shoulders find the measure in the head and I glow. Down on the street, the puddles keep a mirror hush. Feet pass by and rip them with the traffic's easy brush. I catch myself smiling at a drip off the rail, a tiny little metronome in the after rain trail. And the clouds part open just enough to say, keep your heart unhooked and let the pressure fade away. Nothing has to bloom fast, nothing has to prove. Just let the afternoon find its own relaxed groove. Apricot on the edge of the day, soft on the glass where the last drops stay. I'm moving slow but I'm still in tune, letting the room hum back to the tune. Apricot on the edge of the street, warm in the reflection where the wet lights meet. I don't need much, just a steady sway and a little more light coming back my way. Back and fire glints, then the bass walks near. The break goes thin, but the pulse stays clear. I hold one note in the back of my mind, like a thread of steam from a fresh brew line. Cup on the table, coffee still breathing up, spinning little circles in a chip white cup. The wicker underfoot gives a friendly creak, and I rock with the breeze like I'm learning to speak. The mint and the rosemary drinking the shine, looking somehow brighter after borrowing time. Across the way the window catches an apricot flash, not the grand revelation, just a passing splash. I like how the city looks washed and remade, like it kept all the secrets but forgot to be afraid. So I nod to the beat and I water one more stem, then let the whole afternoon water back through me again. Apricot on the edge of the day, soft on the glass where the last drops stay. I'm moving slow but I'm still in tune, letting the room hum back to the tune. Apricot on the edge of the street, warm in the reflection where the wet lights meet. I don't need much, just a steady sway and a little more light coming back my way. No big ending, just the breeze and me. Raindrops gone to memory, basil brass and the bassline low. I can feel the easy current flow. Apricot glow on the window pane. I keep this calm when the clouds are gone again. And if the day wants to stay a while, I'll answer back with a quiet smile. Keep it easy, keep it close. Open the tap and let it sing again. Vines in the terracotta take the silver in. My headphones nod with the patient little swing. Bare feet finding time on the woven matting. On the rail the raindrops beat in line. Tiny mirrors holding bits of afternoon shine. Across the street the windows drift and flash. Little city reflections moving slow on glass. I catch my own smile in the puddles seam, then lift the watering can and follow the steam. Coffee on the table breathing softly out. I sway while the basil leans and turns about. Nothing has to rush, nothing has to prove, just a clean new rhythm in the air I move. The clouds have opened, the lane can breathe, and even my shoulders learn to ease. Little reflections, drifting on the glass like passing connections. Rain on the curb, groove in my chest. Everything settles and the day feels best. Little reflections, soft little flashes in the window intersections. Breathe in the bright where the weather has been. I can hear my own heartbeat settling in. Shaker keeps time, bass stays low. Little reflections, watch them go. I set the can down by the terracotta edge. Let the mint and rosemary drink what they can get. The street below is wearing a clean new face, drying in stripes where the runoff trace. My coffee sends a ribbon through the air, faint and sweet like a song somebody left there. I lean on the door frame, easy in my skin. Half in the room, half where the breezes spin. The bass slips under with the velvet glide. In the host, my balcony starts to pulse inside. No grand reveal, no storm to outrun, just this open patch of blue and one slow sun. Little reflection everything settles and the day feels best. Little reflections, soft little flashes in the window intersections. Breathe in the bright where the weather has been. I can hear my own heartbeat settling in. Let it move, let it stay. Street lights shine, even in the day. Little reflections, quiet as a smile in the room's directions. I sway, and the moment leans. All this clear air humming between the scenes. Little reflections, that's my kind of afternoon confession. Fade with the breeze, keep the pocket thin. Let the soft good feeling drift me in. Today is a soft, clean page, and I'm starting on the edge of it. Holes in my hand, little green leaves waking up to the sprinkle of it. The rain has moved along, but it left the air with the better kind of shine. I can hear my own soft steps on the balcony boards in time. The cup on the small round table still sends up a thread of steam. And the street below keeps flashing back the sky like a half-remembered dream. I tilt the pot, let the roots take in what they were asking for. Then I sway on the woven rug and let the rhythm ask for more. My shoulders drop, my mind goes light. Nothing to fix, nothing to fight. Just the beat in my ears, just the breeze on my skin, and the whole wide afternoon letting me in. Plain ease, that's the name I give it. Plain ease, the way I live it. When the clouds move off and the day turns clear, I can taste fresh air and forget the hurry here. Plain ease, with a little swing. Plain ease, and the small good thing. The leaves by the cafe door, the damn street glow, and my heart says yes, go slow, go slow. The golden leaves gather near the cafe door downstairs, stuck to the tile, then lifted by a breeze that calms the stare. A scooter rolls by on a wet street with a quiet little hum. Someone laughs under an awning, and it makes the whole block come undone. I rinse the last of the basil mint in time with a careful hand, and I set the watering can down like I'm making a peace with land. No big announcement, no grand parade, just a rhythm I can keep. But like us says, the busy world can breathe between its beats. Plain ease, that's the name I give it. Plain ease, the way I live it. When the clouds move off and the day turns clear, I can taste fresh air and forget the hurry here. Plain ease, with a little swing. Plain ease, and the small good thing. The leaves by the cafe door, the damn street glow, and my heart says yes, go slow, go slow. Go slow, go slow. Let it fold into the afternoon. Go slow, go slow. I'm already in tune. Plain ease, nothing more I need. Just this breeze, these greens, and a pocket that can breathe. Balcony keeps its secrets in a saucer by the door. Soap on the tiles, little rain beads, nothing needing more. I set the kettle down, let the quiet make a place, and the room leans softly outward with a steady, easy grace. cold apartment breeze through the screen where the storm just ran. My herbs and terracotta nod like they understand. Basil on the railing, mint with the sharper shine. I tip the can and watch the roots take water in their time. The street below is silvered, every tire track still bright. Coffee in my cup keeps curling up a thread of light. My headphones pull a low groove through the afternoon, and my shoulders find the rhythm like they knew it all too soon. A folded bookmark waits beside a half-finished chapter, like it has nowhere urgent to be, just here afterward and after. I laugh at how the breeze keeps turning pages. I don't mind leaving little hints of motion in the corners of my mind. Nothing has to hurry, nothing has to prove, just a slow return of color, just a small and steady move. I set the watering can down, hear the meadow make a ring, and the whole place seems to loosen like it wants to sing. I'm in the middle of a maybe, turn toward the part that's still becoming. Feet on the woven mat, body lightly swaying, while the day keeps softly humming. Not finished, not forgotten, just a chapter with the corner lifted. A little rain, a little patience, and the air feels newly gifted. I'm in the middle of the maybe, where the next line hasn't landed. Bookmarking a half-written story, and I like the way it's standing. Roads and brushes, easy as rainwater sliding off stone. Nothing heavy here, just the room and the breath and the tone. The basil lifts its leaves like it wants to catch the light, and the mint smells like a quick reply to everything in sight. I brush a stray drop from my wrist, watch it vanish in the grain of the wicker mat that drinks the last bright trace of rain across the street. A bike rolls by, then the alley settles still. Soft jazz in the headphones, shake a ticking, barely felt that will. I trace the rim of my coffee cup, warm against my palm, and my thoughts stop reaching for a future that was never calm. The bookmark in my novel holds a place I haven't read, a promise with no pressure, just a thread I haven't threaded. It feels like this, the waiting, but not waiting anymore, like I've opened all the windows without needing to close the door. So I hum along with nothing, and the nothing turns to gold. Not because it's loud or dazzling, just because it's unafraid to hold on. I'm in the middle of the maybe, turn toward the part that's still becoming. Feet on the woven mat, body lightly swaying, while the day keeps softly humming. Not finished, not forgotten, just a chapter with the corner lifted. A little rain, a little patience, and the air feels newly gifted. I'm in the middle of the maybe, where the next line hasn't landed. Bookmark in a half-written story, and I like the way it's standing. The breeze goes by in easy layers, cool and kind, and the street keeps its reflection like the thought I don't mind. I gather up the watering can, leave the herbs to shine, and sway a little longer where the day feels fine. The page stays open, but it's not asking me to race. Just a bookmark in the making, just a soft and steady place. I'll meet the rest of the chapter when it wants to come around. For now I let the quiet groove and let it hold the sound. Open on a habit, repeated every day. I set the kettle down and let it fade. The little things line up along the sill, a basil leaf, a mug of quiet will. I water roots while the hallway hums, and count the drops before the next one comes. My headphones keep a soft and steady thread, while rain has only left a silver edge. I fold my shoulders into the groove, one small sway and the whole room moves. The air is clean, the floor is dry. I catch my breath and let it slide. It feels like afterweather, easy on my skin. Afterweather, where the day can begin again, with the streets still still shining and my mind unclenched. I'm stepping with the rhythm, not running against. Afterweather, I can hear it in the leaves. Afterweather, in the way the curtains breathe. Nothing needs a hurry, nothing needs to prove. Just a little swing and a little room to move. Across the blocks, the bookshop doors swing slow. Pages flutter when the late light glows. I like the way the neighborhood turns out new. A stack of used hardcovers of you I knew. The clerk is shelving up a row of names. Their spines look like a line of tiny flames. I sip my coffee, let the steam unwind, and find a beat that leaves the worry behind. The vibraphone taps like a finger on glass, saying keep going, let the moment pass. A brush on the snare, a soft reply. I lift my chin and let it ride. It feels like afterweather, easy on my skin. Afterweather, where the day can begin again. With the streets still shining and my mind unclenched. I'm stepping with the rhythm, not running against. Afterweather, I can hear it in the leaves. Afterweather, in the way the curtains breathe. Nothing needs a hurry, nothing needs to prove. Just a little swing and a little room to move. Just a little room to move. So let the quiet pages turn. Let the small bright moments learn. I'll water, listen, sway and stay until the sky is washed away. Afterweather, I'm here, I'm in the flow. Easy as a breeze that knows where to go. Afterweather, holding me light and true. I can be still and still come through. Open mid-thought as though continuing a sentence. I let the kettle breath on the sill while the storm slips out of view. Vanilla in the steam and the basil leaves leaning toward the morning news. My sleeves are still carrying a little bit of rain from the rail, but the room keeps its balance and the small things start to inhale. I watch the page by the window as it turns with the moving shade. One line in and another like the day is learning how to stay. And my hands move easy, not rushing the quiet, not chasing the clock. Just a soft little rhythm and the floorboards are tapping the aftershock. Every drop on the glass is a note that keeps a secret time. Every pause feels wider when the air is finally unclenched its spine. I can hear my own pulse and the traffic far below. All that steady little proving that the world still knows how to go. Mira, let it drift, let it breathe on through. Mira, I can feel the day turning clean and true. With the book half open and the spice leaves swaying low. I am moving with the hush where the lighter breezes go. Mira, keep the groove, keep the easy shine. Let the vinyl of the afternoon hum a simple line. I was made for this small sway, there's almost nothing glow. Where the street wears back, it sparkles and the good things slowly flow. The terracotta pots, the mint tilts over like it knows my name. I pull a careful ribbon and the leaves stand up the same. A spoon in my coffee sends a tiny ring across the cup. And the window keeps on shifting while the light comes stitching up every corner of the balcony, the chair, the railing, the old brick wall. There's a clever little shimmer in a wet street. After all, even the air feels combed through, like it's been given room to start. A fresh page for the afternoon, and a softer beat for my heart. I catch my reflection in the pain, half sway, half smile, like I've been here all along, just waiting for the weather to go mild. Mira, let it drift, let it breathe on through. Mira, I can feel the day turning clean and true, with the book half open and the spice leaf swaying low. I am moving with the hush, where the lighter breezes go. Mira, keep the groove, keep the easy shine. Let the vinyl of the afternoon hum a simple line. I was made for this small sway, this almost nothing glow. Where the street wears back its sparkle, and the good things slowly flow. Mira, Mira, no need to hurry, what is already here. The breeze goes by, the page turns, and I stay near. Mira, let it drift, let it drift, let it breathe, let it stay, as the light moves softly over everything I've set away. Mira, Mira, I admit I like the hush after the water hits the pots, when the basil leans a little and the mint forgets its knots. I set the kettle by the rail, I wipe a bead from my wrist, and let the day come back to me in a patient, easy twist. Your message from the kitchen still is floating in my mind, like cups and saucers settling after friendly talk at closing time. I hear the traffic soften by the wet and by the trees, and my shoulders lose their argument and settle with the breeze. I was moving too fast for the shape of the afternoon. Now the air is making room and the clouds are leaving soon. Every little drop that stayed on the rim and on the stone feels like proof the world can pause and still remain its own. So I drift aside, let the rhythm take the edge off my side. With the cuffs rolled up and the worry set down, I can hear my own laugh in the wash of the town. I drift aside, where the quiet and the shuffle coincide, and the tiny things glow without trying too hard, like a spoon in the cup and a song in the yard. I drift aside, and the day keeps turning kind. I pour a thin blue ribbon for the time and for the sage. Watch the soil drink it slowly, like a page turns after page. The little saucers near the wall hold rings of rain and steam, like neighbors trading stories from a window and a dream. I catch my own reflection in the patio door glass, not as a picture to improve, just someone passing through at last. My headphones keep the bassline low, a steady little grin, while the muted guitar tucks a pocket full of light back in. So I drift aside, let the rhythm take the edge off my side. With the cuffs rolled up and the worry set down, I can hear my own laugh in the wash of the town. I drift aside, where the quiet and the shuffle coincide, and the tiny things glow without trying too hard, like a spoon in the cup and a song in the yard. I drift aside, and the day keeps turning kind. No need to name the feeling if it keeps on breathing here, in the tilt of stacked teacups and the hiss of a cooling spear of wind through the rosemary, in the easy clinker shade, in the way a small good moment likes to linger when it's made. Cups and saucers settle in after friendly talk. I can let it all unspool while I rock a little on little pulse of an open, friendlier space. I drift aside and I smile as the afternoon unwinds. I drift aside and the day keeps turning kind.